Yo, what's going on, everybody? This is Mitchell, and today Justin and I will be discussing about dating within a friend circle. We do this Instagram lives every Tuesdays and Thursdays at 1 p.m. Pacific time, 4 p.m. Eastern time. And if you guys find this video content of value, you guys can show your appreciation by donating any amount that you feel is equal to the value of this video. Also, if you guys have any questions, you have a little bump on the road, you got, you send us a DM. Our details will be in the description. Send us a 2 to 3 paragraph DM and we'll get back to you as soon as possible. But without further ado, I am going to add Justin on the line. What's up, Carter? How you doing, man? Happy Tuesday. Happy Tuesday. Let's see. What's up? Hello, Riley. How you doing? How you doing? If you guys have any questions, feel free to post it down below. What's up, Daisy? Hello, hon. How you doing? What's up, Justin? Welcome, welcome. Any of you guys getting a PS5? I am not going to get the PS5. Okay, let's see. Yo, Justin, I see you on. If you could send me an invite, I'll add you in. I think that would be a little bit better. I'm good, Riley. How you doing? How you doing? So, actually, let me pin down the comment friend circle. So this is, we're talking about dating within a friend circle. That is going to be our topic today. Let me add Justin. Dating within a friend circle. Yo, what's good, man? How you doing?
What's up, man? How you holding up?
I am cold today, so I'm a little cozied up today. So it's freezing over here.
Same here.
Yeah.
Same here. Same here.
I got a Red Bull, man. Not sponsored. Not sponsored.
Look. I left St. Louis because of this
Yeah.
cold ass weather. You know, climate change is real, son.
Han was like, I'm just here to see if we, I don't know who's we, but if we agree on stuff or not. Laugh out loud. Dating, we'll see. Dating within a friend circle. How's everybody doing? I'm gonna get my, need a sip. Let me take a sip first.
I'm just doing water.
There you go. And today, this episode is still not sponsored by Amazon. So Amazon, let your boy hook your boy up. Not me. Hook Justin up.
Listen, everyone knows I want an Audible sponsorship at this time. I still have not gotten one. So, yeah. I don't know what their problem is. Maybe they don't like diversity, okay?
Maybe they
I'm
don't.
not putting that on there, but I don't know. So, we'll see what happens. We'll see what comes on. We'll see what happens. Show up, Audible. Don't be a douche.
Yeah, cool. How you doing, man?
What's up, Yaku? What's up, man?
If you guys have any questions, you guys can always ask a question, and then I can pin it down below too as well. All right. So it's a community. We're all in this together. So Justin, I do want to talk about. We're talking about today dating within a friend circle. So first things first, we have to talk about a few things, or at least one thing. We got Julie on the line. How you doing? We got trouble over here.
Yeah, Yaku said it could be the language. You said I need to change myself for Audible to take hold. I hear you. Okay, you might be right. You know, I'm open to criticism.
Yeah, it's cold. It's cold over here. I was talking to Julie earlier, and she was like, "You weak. It's way colder over here." But anyways, first things first, dating within a friend circle. What do you think? First things first.
Well, number one, PSA with this, I think that if you're going to dating within a friend circle is very it's a touchy subject. I think it's risky. That's the word I'm looking for. It's a risky move. It's a risky thing to do. I put it in the same category as dating at the workplace, which, as you know, I am not a fan of. It's the whole shit where you eat mentality.
You eat, you know, where you, yeah.
You know, it's a lot of risk. So I would say this to any dude, and especially any dude, where if you thinking of if you have a friend circle, you know, we're talking about 4 or 5 people plus, and you're thinking about dating someone within that friend circle. I would really think about, like, look within yourself and ask yourself, do I really care about this person? Like, do I want to date them? Or is this just me, like, lusting after somebody, you know, listening to, you know, that brain down below? Because if it's that case, then you need to move on. Like, check yourself, you know, put that in a box. And then
it's not worth it.
Like, there are people outside your friend circle who will be more than open for that kind of stuff. So just a little PSA before, you know, we really get into this. So if this is just, you know, this a call of your loins. You know what I mean? If you're trying to, you know, chop some cheeks or something, like, move on. Do not do that within a friend circle. Because, like I said, as we're about to get into, it's a lot of risk. Yeah.
Let's see what Yaku said. He said, be prepared to have your friends to turn out like you, divorced parents who's going to take whose side. Yeah.
Exactly. Well, that was, I mean, you get ahead of it. That's one of the cons I put.
Yeah.
You know, if you go for this and it doesn't work, then you run the risk of your friends going and choosing sides, and then you split. You know, and is that something you really want? Is that something you want to do? Do you want to break up a happy home? I mean, some people do, but think about it.
Yeah. Okay. Well, there is 2 topics, subtopics on this, which is it since the beginning? Is it someone that maybe you join, like you joined this group, or she joined? So how's that gonna work? Or hello, Bonnie, how you doing? Or is
What's up, Bonnie?
Or is it feelings over time? Because that's gonna be a little bit different too.
Yeah. And before we even break it down, I'm gonna say I don't have much experience in this, and by much I mean none. You know, I don't have many friends.
Don't shoot yourself in the foot.
I don't have enough friends to be considered a circle. So, this is not a dynamic I've ever had to deal with before.
I'm your friend, Justin.
Thank you. I can't say that I'm your friend, but we will go. No, you know, I'm playing with you. That's fucked up. You know, I'm playing with you. Oh, I'm sorry. That's messed up. Yaku's right. I'm trying to get audible.
It's coming from a place of racism. I can feel it, Justin.
Oh, Jesus Christ!
I just want
to talk about a reversal of fortune. First off, in this climate, okay, in the climate that we're living in.
Yeah. All right. So Justin,
actually, we both need to be careful out there. They blame me for all the crime, and they blame you for making people sick. So, like, we are dangerous. we need to have each other's backs. Okay?
Rush Hour 5, what's up?
For real.
But so if it's since the beginning, Justin, let's just say, you know, let's put it more theoretical. Let's just say the girl just came in and this guy was like, yo, you know, I'm feeling this girl. I think she's very attractive. I would like to get to know her. And let's move on from there. What do you think, Justin?
I mean, my first piece of advice with that would be, you don't want to be overly thirsty. You know what I'm saying? You need to. I personally, in that position, would take the approach of, like, asking a lot of questions. First, making that person feel welcome. You know, ask them questions about themselves. You know, just, you know, see where they're coming from. I mean, because like I said, if you're doing this in the regards of, like, you just want to, like, you know, for lack of a better term, hit it, get your rocks off, then you know, go somewhere else. But if this is like you really like this person, well, at this point you're getting to know them. So, you know, I think it should be filled with a lot of questions, gauging them, you know, their personality, their interest, filling them out. Yeah. So that would be my, like, opener. Or that would be like my idea for what you should do. In the
You
beginning.
can ask questions. It doesn't mean you're thirsty.
Yeah, I mean, and I mean, I throw that term out there, but I mean, you know, I'm saying like, don't be out there like, ooh, you so fine, you sure you want to hang out with us? Ooh, girl,
You sure you don't want to do it?
yeah, like you know, don't be coming like that. That seems crazy. You know, you look like that old crazy uncle or some shit. You know, but most definitely, yeah, you know, a lot of questions, a lot of fun, keeping things light, making that person feel welcome into the group is you know, yeah.
And it kind of goes.
What about you?
It goes back to what we were talking about earlier in our earlier episodes about stoicism. It's kind of be like, you got to have that unaffected mindset where it's not going to affect you, whether or not it goes in your way or not. So it's not something that you're like, oh man, like I need to wipe this girl up, because to a degree, when a guy looks at a girl, we don't really need to know much about the girl and be like, yo, I really like her, because it's very superficial. It's very shallow. You're just looking at her based off that appearance. You know what I mean? Whereas a girl,
I mean, I mean that's in us. That's dudes.
Yeah.
That's DNA. It's that whole saying. That's why what is it? Men fall in love with what they see. Women fall in love with what they hear. That's why women wear makeup and men tell lies. You know what I mean? So it's like, yeah, you gotta, I mean, you get to know this person. You know?
Yaku said, think of friends circle like cousins. Don't date your cousins. And you know what? Some people do. I'm not one of them. That's nasty.
You know,
That's
I'm sure
nasty.
there is a subset of America that does not mind that. I'm also not one of those. And once again, I say this before, I agree with Yaku. And then I ain't, you know, I am not about, I don't think you should, once again, you know,
eat and, you know,
that's what you eat at there. So, but like I said, this is if you just like, I have to do it. I can't get over it. Like, all right, this is the approach I would take. So yeah, but if this is like a new friend,
sweet home
do
Alabama.
someone new into it, you need you need to, you know, ask questions, show a genuine interest, be genuinely interested, you know, get to know this person. And this is actually one time where I would say something that's a little counterintuitive to what we've said before, which is like, take your time. You know, take your time. You know, normally, just I think last show or whatever we was talking about, like, you have to react before you start thinking about it too much and all this other stuff. But like I said, this is a whole different dynamic. This is a whole different like set of rules in a sense. So yeah, take your time. Don't be too dirty, especially if it's a friend you're going to be around.
Or it could also be something like, I've always liked this girl. It's been 6 months and I finally can't hold it in no more. I am going to confess. And first of all, very destructive. It's not very effective. It is not effective at all. It is not in your favor. Let's see what they said. Julie said, what if you're not interested anymore? Interested in what? Han, let's see. She said, say one of the
significant others.
Yeah, others were cheating. The friend decided to tell you what you do. So one.
That's a whole other.
Yeah, that's a total.
Like, what are you talking about? Let me see. Are you when she asked that question? Are you talking about like you're dating someone and they're cheating, or like in a group of friends, somebody is dating someone that's cheating on that friend? What would you do? Because if that's the case, that's a whole nother. That's clear that up for us, so we can come back to that. Most definitely. Yeah. What Yaku said is true. Like if you're out, I mean, but once again, that's a whole other thing. And you also get ahead of kind of what we were talking about, which is, you know, if you're outgrowing that crew, you know,
and you don't care.
Yeah, then that's fine because I mean, like I said, this is ahead of it. It's like one of the like tactics, like I know dudes use to create, you know, create like that mystery is like pulling yourself away. You know, if you like this, if you like a girl, but y'all are always hanging around, you don't want to be in a friend zone, you can use that move and like, okay, I'm not like pull away from that person, not be so available. But then the thing is like, if it's a group of friends, if this is like 4 to 5 people, your good friends are in there, how are you really going to pull away from the group of friends from that much? You know.
Julie said, "What if you're dating someone already, but you like the friend as well?" Well, I mean, if that's the case, then you got to make a decision. You got to make a decision at that point.
Yeah. I mean,
You got to make a decision. You got to
you
pick.
just being, you
You
just
just
being
got to
greedy at that point.
pick.
I know
But
y'all could have hacked my computer.
yeah,
You read my notes. Stop reading my notes, man. Okay, stop it. All right. I'm not
but
that smart. I got to work ahead.
the best approach to that is if it's since the beginning, and you already made your decision, and that's what you want to do. The best thing to do is, like you said earlier, approach them, be genuine about it, be genuinely on it. Like, you're curious. You're curious to get to know this person, because a girl would know whether or not you're curious about it, or you just, trying to hit it and quit it. They will sense that from a mile away. But also, let's see what I got down. Is she showing any interest to you too as well? Is there any indicator of interest? And that's straight from the books from like the pickup artist. If there's any IOIs, then you could play around it, you could feel her out, but also really think back to the whole stoicism that we talked about earlier, where you're not affected if she does say no. Be ready to take the L, like you said.
Hold on.
What's everybody saying? Okay, let's see. Julie was like, you could date both. I'm always down to have one more. Do you in yourself? Let's see. Han says, do you in yourself feel uncomfortable with friends dating in a friend group? Like if I was an outsider and I watched this, like two of my friends date each other, that's just something that, like, if it doesn't bother me, it's cool.
Yeah, I don't really give a shit.
Like that's none of my business. It's all them. You do what
and to
you
be
gotta
fair,
do.
like, I keep saying, I'm in a bit of a different age bracket, so like, but yeah, I don't really give a damn. Like, if they date, that's cool. Just don't be messy, Especially if we've been friends for a long time. I'm like, y'all kind of know what y'all getting into at that point.
Yeah.
Y'all could find some other stuff on my computer. Don't be putting me on the internet like that. Don't be shouting out my business. I don't need the FBI coming at me, So you let me be.
What you got? What you got hiding behind those closets, man?
You let me be. All right. All right. I may or may not be part of Anonymous. You know what I mean? And if you know what that is,
I'm always down to have one more. What an alpha male. He ain't no alpha. Whatever. It's all good. Think what you think of me.
That's funny. That's funny. You know how I feel about alpha males, Julie. You know how I feel about that. But yeah, you need to if this is like a friend group and these are fellas that grew over time, like, and you come to a realization, I really like this friend, I like this person, I want to take it to the next level. It's you. First off, I think you need to know you run the risk of like changing the complete dynamic of their whole friend group, bringing this up. Kind of like what Yaku said earlier. People might pick sides. You don't know how this is gonna play out. And you're not just opening up to one person, you're potentially opening up to the whole friend group, because if your other friends don't know and you tell this person, she might tell them, like, y'all are all friends. So you're running a risk of greater exposing of feelings to people. You are also like, make no mistake, you are in the friend zone. Like, it's a circle of friends. So this is not even like I tried to track that and ended up being a friend. This is like, no, we are friends. So, you have to almost change the way, if she's not interested or something like that, you have to change the way that she sees you somehow, which is very difficult when your entire social circle is interlinked like that. Because like I said, the main way to do that, and the most probably successful way, is disappearing. And disappearing, coming back here and there at different stages and stuff like that. But like, the chances that you're going to do that to 5 people is like
It's slim.
It's slim. Like very few people have that discipline. I don't have that discipline to do that.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so it's yeah. That's a huge hurdle you're gonna have.
Mm-hmm.
That guy on YouTube, Floozy, had a great video on this. I don't know who Floozy is.
Yeah. Let's see what Han says. So imagine that you were dating, but the other friend zones you. Would you feel awkward at friends gathering? Well, that comes to like a mindset too, right? Where if you know you gotta be ready to take that L because you are getting like you meeting each other as friends. And if she already friend zoned you, then chances are it's kind of like, well, that's why we talked about the whole unaffected, be it stoicism, not letting your mind take control of your destructive emotions. Where if she told me no, and I'll be like, well, you ugly anyways, like that.
Or just realize
you don't need to do all that.
It's going to be the risk. You need to fortify yourself from this stuff.
Yeah,
you need to. Cool. I mean, it's just, like I said, I think it's the same advice that I gave when we talk about dating people in the workplace, where you're going to have to realize that you run the risk where you may have to really divorce your feelings from any of this, take the high road, and be like the quote unquote mature person where if she's saying this stuff about you, don't retaliate, don't do that. If you want to stay within this friend group, don't make it awkward. Even if it is, even if you feel awkward, don't. Like you gotta fake it till you make it. You gotta just be like, look, this is my friend group. I knew this risk going in. It didn't work out. Okay, nothing's changed for me. I'm being me. I'm doing my thing, and you let that shit ride, man.
And she might even respect you, like the fact that you kind of like you threw yourself out there. You shoot your shots, right, and you got turned down. You're not affected by it. It's all good. You kind of just move on with that.
I mean, it might even respect that play off a bit in the long way, in the long run. You don't know. But like I said, you do run a lot of risks. The whole change of the dynamics of the friend zone. You are in the friend zone. Putting yourself out there to take the higher road. I would say this, and this kind of touches on something we talking about in the future, is like, if you do have these feelings for like your friend, like a friend of yours in that circle, like I would most definitely keep that shit to myself. Play that one close. I wouldn't go around. I wouldn't tell the other friends within the circle because we've all heard that the game telephone news spreads very quickly and very fast. And while it is possible that could work out for you, like someone could tell it, she'd be like, "Oh, I like him too," and but that's a romantic comedy. That shit don't really happen.
That's Hollywood.
More than likely, you're gonna end up looking kind of, at best, he might end up looking a little bitch made. Where she'll be like, "Well, why didn't he tell me? Why did you tell Joseph instead of telling me?" So I would say play that close to the chest. Plus, you don't know how your other friends may feel in this. If there's another guy friend that likes her too, he might
try to sabotage you.
He might try to sabotage. You are both coming in like from a friend perspective. So like y'all, it's weird, very muddled water. So most definitely, keep that shit to yourself. Do what you do.
But know what you're getting into.
Oh yeah, most definitely understand. Most definitely understand that. And I'll even say,
Justin, how you doing?
What's up, man?
Hello.
So like,
how you doing, man? We're getting a party in here. All right,
for real. So if I'll go ahead, man. Yeah, go ahead.
Oh no, go ahead. I was gonna move on.
I was gonna break into like more tips that I think would work. Like if you're gonna pick up this friend, if you're like, okay, I'm making this happen, and you understand all the pitfalls and what this is, and even some of the pros. Because there are some pros to this. Number one, she gonna feel more comfortable with you. Like she knows you. And hopefully she knows you ain't a serial killer or some shit like that. Or if you are, she knows it accepts this. You never know. People have their own thing. So that's a big plus. Another big plus is if it's a group, y'all have probably spent really minimum amount of one-on-one time together. So
Isolate. Isolate.
so you still have like this almost like I would say an air of mystery about certain parts of your life.
Yeah.
But yeah, if you want to move
Hmm.
this on, the number one
Hmm.
thing is
Hmm.
to get her alone.
Hmm.
Get this person by herself.
Hmm.
Like invite her out, just you and her. Um,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. Get her out of the group, out of their group dynamic. Yeah.
Isolate her. Isolate her.
I mean, when you say isolate her, that sounds very predatory.
Like a
I don't
predator.
really like those choice of words. I don't feel comfortable with that.
Yeah.
Don't isolate anybody because that's like usually the next phrase is they came up missing. I would say,
That's not what I was thinking,
I
Justin.
would say, I would say, get her alone. Um, take her out solo. Hey,
In the back
don't make
alley
no.
by
Yeah,
yourself at night. Ain't nobody
no.
know.
I mean, if that's what you into, maybe you like smoking rocks and you go in the back alley. I don't know. I
Mm-mm.
don't know.
Mm-mm. Don't put words in
Um,
my mouth, Justin.
you know what? Talking about isolating people and coming up missing and shit.
You said the
Uh,
whole message, but anyways, yeah.
yeah, but most definitely get
Yeah.
along. And like, I would even say, don't make no grand romantic gesture. Don't make that shit awkward, man. Like, don't listen to those
For sure,
fucking
for sure,
romantic
100%.
comedy movies and be like, oh man, I didn't. Nah, that ain't gonna work. Just
Mm-mm.
be honest. Hey,
Yeah.
I want us to like, let's me and you just go do
Mm-hmm.
this. You know?
Uh, yeah, I think the volume is fine. Can it? Can anybody else hear us, or is it just Justin? But
Yeah,
until then, we're just gonna continue moving on. We talked,
yeah,
we briefly talked about feelings over time. Usually, this is not really the case, but let's just say that it was feelings over time, and maybe there's this guy in there. He was in a relationship, and he kind of just broke up. He's not really feeling himself right now. He's just a little depressed and whatever, but he kind of maybe always had something for this girl. Now, at that point, I would even it's hard to pinpoint exactly what could happen because we don't know whether or not you were needy around this person or not. We don't know how much like how you conveyed yourself. Um, and if it's feeling over time, it is usually not advantageous. It's not to your advantage. It's usually not. Um, but and it's only because they know you, and it also talks about like how long did you know this person for. If it's like 5 years, it's like, all right, I know too much of this person. There's no mystery. There's no there's no real attraction, and the only way to really kind of build that attraction is to kind of remove yourself. And not a lot of people have that type of discipline, especially if you're that invested into that group already.
yeah, yeah.
Hmm.
That I mean, that becomes the biggest hurdle, in my opinion,
Hmm.
as far as like from a personal
Hmm.
strategic standpoint, is removing yourself is by far the best tactic,
Hmm.
and that's like for a lot of people, that's just not in
It's
the
not.
cards. That's not a
Hmm.
question. I mean, that's not an option, or at
Hmm.
least a very viable option. Um, well, but what I will say that I think is a good point. That is not so much on the remove yourself, but it is kind of in that same vein. It's like make sure like you are an individual.
Oh yeah. Hmm.
Like we was talking earlier, and you don't
Leaders.
want basically you don't want to be. Your point was like be a leader of the group,
Hmm.
be that which is I agree with to a
To
point, but I
a
don't
degree.
think I don't think that's natural for a lot of folks. I
Hmm.
also don't think that I think that's like giving too much
Hmm.
like power to like the group dynamic
Hmm.
and
Hmm.
not like keeping it to yourself. So what I
Hmm.
will say is that
Hmm.
like be an individual, man. Like be
Hmm. Hmm.
yourself.
Hmm.
If the group is doing something like, hey, we're all going camping, why don't you come? And you hate camping, don't just go
Yeah.
for the group. It should be like, look, y'all do that. I
Hmm.
have this to do. I'm not down
Yeah.
with that. Go do your own thing. And
Yeah.
at least you won't be a necessarily follower.
Yeah.
Um, you won't have, it's not, you don't have to be domineering, but you can see like, okay, you are your own person. You
Yeah.
stand up for what you really want to do, stuff like
Hmm.
that.
Yeah,
and which is an attractive trait.
Yeah, if you're not, if you can't lead, the other option is to kind of like be an individual, like you were saying.
Yeah, be an individual. That way, and like I said, to me, it's like you're not giving that much power to the group dynamic. You're not being a dick. You're also showing that like you will do what you want to do. You're not just following along with what the group says and everything. Just blend in with that. And then it's a way of kind of removing yourself, but not fully. So you get, because obviously you meet back up with this group whenever they come back or whatever, and you're talking, and they're gonna be like, well, what did you do? What was going on? What was and now all of a sudden, you have a little bit of an air of mystery, even this like fine like group dynamic that knows each other so well. So I think that's a good move.
And what did Han say? She said, I do kind of disagree here, because breaking up with someone because you know so much about them is kind of a shitty reason to break up with them, and could probably hurt their mental health, friendship within the group.
I don't think it was meant to like, the reason you break up is because you know so much about them. I think it was just saying like, when you
it's to play into
when you're dating someone, a big part of it is like learning that person and like finding out new layers and new things about that person. And if you've been friends, especially in a group dynamic, for an extended period of time, where like people know your life and people have a really pretty good idea of who you are. It's not like you're breaking up with them, but it can be a sense of like the lack of excitement. Because this person, like, what's there to be excited about? So-and-so likes eating pizza every day. You know what I mean? Like, you know this, so what is there to really get excited
There's
about?
no mystery. There's no mystery involved. Yeah, and I'm going to see what that's... Julie says she's not dating anybody. Yeah. Hey, you know what? Holla at me.
Y'all are silly.
Yeah, so, feelings over time, it is not advantageous. I gave an example of, maybe you were in a relationship before. But, between these two, since the beginning, I like this person, or feelings over time, there are still ways to help put it, and if it's, that it's not a really great idea if you're just thinking, below the waist. But if you know that already, that's still something that you want to do, like you really like this person, there are ways to help maybe increase your chances. Let's see what they said. Sorry, let me just stop. Riley said, people who are usually friends that date are statistically better couples. You go holler yourself.
I agree with what Riley said there, most definitely. But the problem becomes like, if you are like, I will say this, if the guy wants to take it further, and you've been friends for a very long time, it's more difficult, because it's traditionally on the dude to initiate like that kind of like, I like you, I want to take this further. And if you have been friends for that long, like you have more to lose. If I don't know you, I'm not really risking much other than rejection. If you reject me, fine. I don't even know who you are, so I can move on easily. But if we've been friends for a very long time, and I speak from experience on this, and you do like somebody, and you run the risk of like, oh man, if this person doesn't like me, not only am I going to get rejected, but I'm going to fuck up this friendship that we have. I might make that weird. It's going to change everything. So like, it's a lot more at stake. So it's not so much as like the relationships aren't better. It's just like moving from friendship to relationship is I think a lot harder than like a lot of ladies recognize.
Your core value has to be aligned to.
Let's
see. Hans said, you can skip the whole awkward phase of trying to get to know each other at least. Let's see what else he said. Even if you find no excitement within eating pizzas most days, that's why there's the adventure in a relationship, such as trying new things together. Yes, but also it's the whole, what you were saying earlier, Justin, it's the whole initiation part, from like we're friends now. How do I skip this one phase in order for her to feel attracted to me? Because she already sees me as this whole friend thing. Now, if she already has initial attraction, that's totally different. Then you just kind of move
Yeah,
on from there.
exactly. Yeah, yeah. If you say
Yeah,
this and like, oh my God, I would like you. Yeah,
yeah,
that, I mean, which can
yeah,
happen, which
yeah.
does happen, most definitely
Because
could.
yeah,
But I'm saying like if it's like if it's not out of the question, but
yeah,
it's not like some strong,
hmm
attraction on her end either,
hmm
and you have to like basically,
hmm
woo her,
yeah,
for lack of a better term,
hmm
it can be hard because like they do know so much about you.
yeah.
It's a double-edged sword. It's
hmm
good because there's a lot of comfort. They already know a lot of your quirks. They already know a lot of stuff about you.
They're
But then,
comfortable with you. Like
yeah,
if you
but
ask
then
them out,
they
hmm
also see you within this box too,
yeah.
and it can be hard to break
hmm
out of. You know, and so you also have those people who are associates, not friends, which makes it easier for one. Yeah, I mean, yeah, associates is.
Yeah.
We people have a bunch of associates. Like if you kind of know somebody and y'all cool, yeah, you
Yeah.
could pretty much treat that as of like you meet somebody on the first night. It
hmm
might be
hmm
like, yeah, just go for it. If it don't work out, whatever.
Yeah.
Like, what do you really lose?
Yeah. Like if like the reason why this is so much more difficult dating within a friend circle compared to like if this is a friend or this person that you like and you're a male and you're trying to get this female, how would you it would be the dynamic is totally different because if you see this girl and you want more than just being friends and she tells you I only see you as a friend, you could just kind of walk away. You wouldn't have to lose the whole friendship of like that group dynamic, that you wouldn't have anything at stake. You don't have to lose your group of friends.
Mm.
Just walk away. You'd be like, hey, I think you're a great person, you're very funny, blah blah blah, but I see you as more than a friend. So let me know when you change your mind, and that's it.
Yeah.
Whereas you can't just walk away like that if it's a group of friends.
I mean, and look, I've seen it before.
hmm
I've seen the whole. First, all right, so like this is back in my day, in my college days.
Back
I
in
had
the
a back in the day,
hmm
Um, I had a good friend that I went to school with,
yeah.
and he had, obviously he had his own group of friends, but
hmm
we all became close enough that I met some of his friends, outside of school and stuff
hmm
like that, and we were all hanging out once. It was me and him as him, his friend, and then his friend circle. So it was like
His
two other
okay.
dudes, and then a girl.
hmm
And I mean, I went to school for computer animation, so it's a very nerdy school. So we was a
hmm
bunch of very nerdy folks.
hmm
Um, and we were on, and me and this dude, we were on the cooler end of the nerdy people. So how
hmm
nerdy this motherfucker was. You know what I'm saying? You
Okay.
know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Yeah. Yeah.
And so, but his one friend who was really cool, I liked him a lot. Let's just say his name was Steven. All right.
Okay.
He was an ultra nerd, like in
Okay.
the traditional sense, super like almost a computer genius, could build a computer out of fucking some twigs and a AA battery. Uh,
Yeah.
they had another friend, and then one of the friends, it was this girl,
Yeah.
and she was super cool, and she was really pretty,
hmm
and like if you would have saw like that circle of friends and her, you'd be like, "What the hell? Why are you hanging out with these people?"
Yeah.
It was
Yeah.
like that kind of thing. But
hmm
then Steven really liked that girl a
hmm
lot, a
hmm
lot, a lot,
hmm
and he didn't. He struggled with like a lot of like he didn't know how to tell her all this, that, and the
hmm
other.
hmm
Anyway, long story short, the way he ended up telling her was like he left her. Yeah, he left her a message on a
hmm
card, like on her window,
No,
and
it's
obviously
he's cringing already. Yeah.
yeah, it was and it was funny because I remember hearing him talk about it when she had like left,
hmm
and he was coming up, and in my heart I was like, I don't think that's a good idea. Like that's
Yeah.
a terrible idea, but I didn't know
Yeah.
why. Like I didn't know
Yeah.
how to articulate it
Yeah. Yeah.
or
Yeah.
like why, but I
Pin
just
it
knew like
down. Yeah.
yeah, I'm like, no, don't. That's horrible. But I didn't
Yeah.
know these people like that either, so I just shut
Yeah.
the fuck up. So
Yeah. 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 hmm
But long story short, she saw it. She rejected him. She was nice about it,
hmm
uh, but then she did stop hanging around him because it was just fucking. It was awkward. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? So like,
Yeah.
that's a case of like, yeah, you risk like changing the group dynamic. And like when I saw them, I could tell like they all really liked each other. They all really liked being friends. They had a lot of fun together. You know what I mean? But it was too weird.
Yeah.
And she left. So like, that's like, a prime example of like what you risk trying to do it, especially if I don't want to say do it the wrong way, but if you don't play it right, you could not only like face rejection, but like basically destroy the whole friend circle.
Yeah.
I know what's this scenario? You're dating someone in the friend group, but someone else in the friend group also likes them. What would you do? Well, this is another topic we kind of brought up.
Yeah, it's
we was going to talk about.
Yeah.
No, go ahead.
Oh no, like that's already. It sounds like a mess already. It just sounds like a mess in itself. But then it's kind of like, well, is it the guy that likes? Okay, what's the more like if you could pin down what's more of the scenario? Where is it like one girl? The guy likes two guys like this one girl, but the one girl likes only this one dude, or how's it work? Because
that's another thing we were discussing when we was like talking about what we were going to say on this was like this scenario is so open ended. It's a chess game. It really is.
Yeah. Fight to the death until wins.
Fight to the death. It's an infinite amount of moves that can be made. So it's like, who likes who? What's going on? I'll tell you right now. Once again, and I maintain this, if this is just like, I'm trying to beat and bounce, don't do it in your friend circle. Keep it moving. But if both of y'all really like this girl, if both of y'all really feel that way,
hello, Rotten Pumpkin.
You might have to talk to each other about that for real. Or, it's because once again, you're going to know, it might become a fight to the death, y'all could. Like, you're talking about a whole lot.
Listen. All right, Justin. So let's just put it like this. Me and you, we both like that one girl, but that one girl only likes one of us. Okay, if that's a scenario, and let's just say she likes you or she likes me. It doesn't really matter. If we really value our friendship, and it kind of just goes down to that, like how much do you value our friendship? Because then, of course, you're going to be stepping on each other's toes. And we wouldn't want that. What's up, Vic? What's up?
What's up, Vic?
What's up, kid? Yeah, Bert. Yeah. So that really kind of boils down to that. Because it's kind of like, all right, do I have this whole abundance mentality? Where, okay, let's just say she does like me, but I value your friendship a lot more. It's like, all right, then I just won't do it.
Vic. Good looking out.
Yeah. But you know what I mean? It's kind of like, all right, so if I have that abundance mentality and it's like, all right, you know what? I don't want to ruin that. So we got that code going on.
I'm gonna be honest with you, like, and I know some ladies don't like this, but I think that's where you just getting a guy code shit. When we sit down, we talk it out. Look, I like her, you like her, like how we gonna handle this? What you want to do? And then y'all figure if that's really your homie, like that's how you gotta do it, and then. But then you got to kind of have that caveat too, where all right, he was like, all right, man, you go ahead, you do what you do. I'm gonna step off, and you do what you do. But it's like, if this don't work out, you know what I'm saying? If you fail, I'm gonna take my shot, and you just gotta be cool with that.
Yeah.
Cause that's just the code.
All right, but it's kind of like dibs, and we're not placing them as like targets or anything, but it's kind of like that code between the guys.
I know in this climate that's uncomfortable for ladies to hear. But that's just real. That's just what it is. We're not saying you're gonna go, but it's like, all right.
We're not saying it's right, but between the guys, this is how.
That's how that shit is figured out. That's how it would go.
Yeah, and not dating your friend's ex is the code. Yeah.
Yeah. How do you say your name? B boops.
Yeah.
She was talking about some scandalous shit. Hold on. I'll use gender neutral pronouns for now. But to advance the scenario, say that one friend who likes your significant other initiates a move on them. How would you feel? But the friend circle does. Oh, so this is just basically you got a hole in your camp.
Your hole in your camp?
You got a hole in your camp. That's all that is. That bitch ain't loyal.
Yeah.
That's not even a question. That's not even a scenario. Yeah, that hole ain't loyal. You gotta listen. This is what you do. You gotta bring her to the side. you take off your earrings and everything, and you just let her know, like, you step out of line again, I will put you in line.
Oh, damn. All right.
Yeah, that's just you just dealing with a hoe at that point, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Or you just walk away. Just walk away.
No, you can't walk away because this woman's bold. Listen, if it's a friend group, I will say that, especially if like this girl is initiating. I'm saying girl, but whatever the situation.
Okay.
This person is initiating on your significant other, and your significant other isn't returning anything. Now, you know, if your significant other is being a piece of shit and kind of flirting with them too and all that stuff in front, that's a whole other level. You need to just, you know, maybe just walk away from the whole thing or address it as necessary. But if your significant other is like, yo, you know, whatever, whoever is like, keep like, you know, shooting a shot at me, or you could tell like they trying to be arm's length, but this person keep going, you got a hole in your camp, and you need to pull up to the side and be like, I will beat your ass. That's all that is to me. You know.
All right, what if they don't want violence, Justin? What if they don't want?
You know, they say violence isn't the answer. I say it depends on the question. And this question says, like, I will whoop your ass. You know. Yeah.
Yeah. Vic said, drop both of them, the friend and the significant other. Yeah. But see, that's all right. But she goes into, like, with Vic, I was just going to say for Vic, okay, but what if the significant other wasn't flirting with that other? Yeah, if the significant other isn't doing anything to initiate any of this, if this, once again, if you just got a straight hoe in your camp, a disrespectful hoe at that, because I'm not here to slut shame. Hoe, you know, hoes in they where you do you. But if it's a disrespectful hoe that's gonna come in and like know you together and still come at that, then you gotta drag her traveling ass to the side and tell her, like, look, you know, I'll be pulling that stuff with me because I will cripple you. You know, and just leave it at that. That's what I say. That's the advice I would give. Let's see what Vic said. Not flirting and putting the hands to their face is two different things.
I mean, that's true too. I see what you're saying, Vic. I
love the way
that.
you says a hole in your camp.
I mean, it's true. It's true. You know. I see what Vic's saying too. Yeah, it's a significant other. Like if I was in that situation, like, you know, it's me and like my girl, but then a female friend of ours come, I'd be like, yo, you know, you being disrespectful. As the dude, I would be like, you need to shut that shit off. Like, I ain't interested. You being disrespectful, and you putting both our lives at risk because you can't control your wholeness. So you need to push that energy away from me.
Yeah.
Now, if the significant other does this, I'm assuming, like, you know, obviously that they talked and stuff to his partner or whatever. If he does this or they do this, and this person still attraction, like coming on and don't get the hint, especially as two girls, that's when it's on your girl. Like, that's when she takes her to the side and be like, you need to get that shit under control, or I will put it under control. Yeah. You know. Sometimes
you just gotta be a little bit more assertive. Hit that like button if you agree. Let's see what Han says. She said, you see what you're doing is encouraging men to hit the significant other, flirting when you could simply just talk it out.
I didn't say nothing about a man hitting a woman. I'm saying that, see, this is the issue with this gender neutral stuff, all right, because there are differences. I'm saying that if I am a man, all right, I'm speaking for myself. People feel how they want to feel because I'm not getting on that. But I am a dude. If I have my girlfriend, right, and we are together in this friend circle, and then a friend of ours, if she comes on to me, and I do the stalwart guy, hey, you're being rude and disrespectful. I ain't down for that. You know who I'm with. You need to cut that shit. If he does not cut this, and my girl finds out, or she sees this, I think my girl isn't all right to bring that hoe to the side and let her know that I will put you in the dirt. Like, you know, I will listen. Because just be a blunt. You know, at this point, you trying to reason with a crazy person. All right, this person's wholeness has gotten out of control. At this point, like they're not just going to stop. They're obviously like a disrespectful and just going to keep coming up. So if she's like, I will slap the shit out. Yeah, fine. I'm not saying, dudes, never put your hands on a woman. I don't even know how you got that. I'm not encouraging significant others to fist fight. That's fucked up. That's fucked up.
Yeah.
I'm not Ike Turner. All right, you are trying to ruin my Audible subscription, like sponsorship with putting out that kind of rhetoric. I'm saying this on the significant other to like, you know, if it's that level of disrespect, you know, to bring them to the side and like let them know. But I'm from the old school
if they keep persisting.
Yeah, I mean, you try to talk it out. Like once someone shuts you down.
Of course, you're not just gonna punch them and then try to talk it out. Yeah, I mean, you would.
Yeah, that's ridiculous. But I'm saying that if you've gone through the steps, this person is not getting the message, and they keep being disrespectful on that level.
Then
your significant other I personally feel has every right to pull them to the side and to have that discussion. But I'm antiquated. I'm from a different school. I freely admit that. I'm old. I'm older. You know, I come from where you put hands on folks for being rude to you. And you didn't kill them. You just slap shit out of them a little bit. You know, so they know you ain't playing. That's all.
He said, I've been through this 3 times. I had a chat with my significant other about the vibe I was getting, and they agreed and decided to stay away. Then it's all good. Yeah.
Perfect.
And that's the way it should be. It shouldn't have
that's the way it should be.
Yeah.
But that's why but that's why I reiterate that this is about if you're in a friend circle. If this is a group of people who you are going to be, you know, like socializing with for the foreseeable future, then like that is something that needs to be nipped in the butt one way or another. The best move is remove yourself, don't be bothered. Yeah. But if this is a group of people where like, oh, we always hang out at least once a week on the weekend, this person is going to keep pulling up. Then you need to draw that line. You need to let that be known. Like this shit will not be tolerated. Yeah, that's how I feel. That's how I feel. Yeah. So
and then if they downplaying it and acting like it's nothing, then you start questioning.
I mean, you can't. It depends on. I think that depends on like the whole situation. Once again, we're kind of going off a general overview. Because you know, give it a benefit of the doubt. They really might not see it.
Yeah.
Some people really might not see it. Yeah. But you know, if they do notice, or if you break it up and they're like, "Damn, I ain't think about it like that." Then most definitely just pull away if you can. But like I said, if you're in that social circle where it's like this is your life. Like these are your people. You're going to see them. You need to draw that line, and sometimes it means slapping somebody in the face. It happens. It happened. It happened. You know, it is what it is.
But you know, to get back on topic with like, you know, since the beginning and, you know, feelings over time, you know, we talked about, you know, feeling her out, and this isn't just the girl in the circle. This in general. And I wrote some stuff down where, you know, you feel her out. If you be willing to take that L, but also don't seek for reassurance. Don't seem like you're too invested into it. Like, don't try to lock her down for a commitment, or don't try to seek for clarity of where everything is at. Let's just say something does move on and you do have something and you might get into this whole relationship together, and you see something that's going good for your sake. Don't try to seek for clarity. Most of the times it will always end up bad. 9 out of 10 times it will end up bad. So, you know, hang out and have fun. That's the model that we always kind of go off of. Hang out and have fun. Don't try to lock her down into anything.
Yeah, I mean, once again, you know, I think at that point you're trying to change the image.
Yeah.
Your image, you're trying to change that dynamic. So yeah, just go in, you know, like you say, have fun. Don't take it too serious. Yeah. You're already friends, so it's not even like you have to make them feel comfortable in that sense and stuff like that. So yeah, it's just, and once again, as I advocate, I would advocate not doing it at all personally. Yeah. But if you're going to do it, then be friends. Keep it light. You know, don't try your best not to put too much on it.
Too much thought into it. Like,
much thought, too much anticipation. You know, too many. Yeah, just too much. Period. Try your best not to put like too many expectations. Is the word I'm looking for on it. You know, you're getting them alone. You're having this to at this point to try to even gauge, are they interested? You know, how is this going? You know, so
because if she's not interested, you're fighting an uphill battle. And do you really want to invest those time?
Yeah, most definitely.
To reattract somebody that didn't really feel you in the beginning. And you know, most of the time guys try to change her mind, which is not the case. You can't change her mind. You can only kind of change how she feels about you. But how are you going to do that? That's the main question. How are you going to change how she feels about you? Because telling her, look, I'm a good guy, this and that, you should give me, you know, that's never going to work. Let's see. I said, in my opinion, I'd say you can do it, but it's your choice whether or not you want to tell them. So it's their reaction to depict how the friend circle will go. Yaku said, circle of great friends doesn't always keep perfect relationships.
Yeah, no, that's true. Very true.
Yeah.
Very true. Yeah, people grow, people make mistakes, man. Nobody's perfect. You know, that's most definitely. Yeah. And then back to what Hans said, but it's your choice whether you want to tell them, and it's their reaction to depict how. I mean,
to depict
in
how
my
the friend
opinion,
circle will go.
it to me, in my ideal scenario with this, it would be isolated. Y'all would be within this friend group, but the truth is it would be an interaction between just you two. You know, and I guess if I only had one real piece of advice, it would be do everything you can to make that happen, to just make it between y'all's two, not the whole group dynamic. Yeah.
And we talked about that earlier too. Even if you're interested in this girl, you would never take her to a group environment. You'll always want to, you know, be with her one-on-one. That way you can actually talk to her, get to know her. There's too many chances of error, maybe cock blockers, whatever, right? Like, you don't want that to happen if you're trying to get to know somebody. Vic said you need to watch your back if you keep too many friends with whole tendencies.
Yeah, for real.
Yeah.
For real. And then I would even take that a step further. You need to question yourself, why do you have a lot of friends with whole tendencies? Maybe you have these tendencies that you don't know, or these friends you had as child, you know, from a child and they grew into hoes. You don't know. Yeah. You know, you got to think about that and act accordingly, you know. Once again, if you're an adult attracting these friends with these tendencies, I would say I would look at myself and be like, why? What about me makes these folks feel comfortable and drawn to me? You know, why am I keeping them in my life like that? So, most definitely be careful with that because, value, screen of your friends. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, screen your friends. Yeah. I don't think people invest enough time on themselves and thinking about like, okay, what am I doing wrong? Maybe it's the type of people where it's like, you know, I always hear a lot of people say, look, this happened to me, they don't like me and this and that, and I'm like, this is multiple times. It's like, okay, something obviously is going wrong, where it's not just one person that dislikes you. It's like every single place that you go, there's always someone that dislikes you. So kind of tells you something.
Oh yeah, I mean, it's that whole thing where it's like if you see a reoccurring problem, it's what's the common denominator? It's you. So at that point, you got to look at, okay, what about me is either instigating or attracting this behavior or getting the same reaction. Like it's something you're doing. You know, you got to look at yourself. And I mean, which I believe is everything. What do Yaku say? You don't bring your partner around your family until you're most definitely. Yeah, most definitely.
Vic's still hating on me. I'm gonna move on to mindset. Mindfulness.
I would like to point out we haven't seen those glasses though.
I lost those glasses. I'm gonna tell you those. I lost those. I was really upset.
Ever since that came up,
I lost
we have never seen those glasses.
I lost those glasses at a tournament, but that's
sure you lost.
Dude, okay. If I had it, I'll wear it.
Okay.
Get me a pair.
It's fine, man. It's fine. It's fine. Because he learned. That's right. Because he learned.
Mindfulness. That's something that I do want to talk about, which is being mindful, which means that you're not really focused on the past. You're not really focused on the future. You focus on the present. I don't know if you know somebody that is very mindful, but just I noticed one guy. He's just very, very I don't know how would you label this person, but he knows exactly what to say. Everything is environmental, and he's just off the top. And those are the type of people that kind of conveys a lot of emotional strength and a lot of confidence to it. And to a lot of women, that's very, very attractive.
Oh
So
yeah,
be
I mean,
mindful.
look,
Yeah, just
oh yeah,
in the moment.
yeah. I say, yeah, I mean this. Like one of the great things
Mm-hmm.
about women is that they fall in love with dudes for different reasons.
Mm-hmm.
You know, guys are very visual,
Mm-hmm.
so like which is a plus, but it's also to our detriment in a lot of ways. And
Mm-hmm.
I would say that like any guy, if you are a good charming dude or whatever, like you can find people, you can find someone interested in you. It's basically
Yeah.
what I'm going to. Like you say, your friend, he sound like he has a very high social IQ. He's probably smart, pretty funny.
Mm-hmm.
And
Mm-hmm.
people gravitate towards that.
Yeah.
And he gets that attention. So
Mm-hmm.
yeah, to go back to what you were saying, like investing in yourself is huge.
Yeah.
You know,
And the
it's
return is, yeah.
I mean it's infinite. It's priceless. You
Yeah.
cannot put a value on it.
You don't
You
lose
really
if you
can't.
invest in yourself. You don't lose.
Yeah, yeah,
Mm-hmm.
yeah. And it bleeds over into everything
Mm-hmm.
from confidence to this what we're talking about now. Like
Yeah.
investing in yourself will just it'll
Mm-hmm.
take you places that you never even dreamed of. You
Mm-hmm.
know. So
Mm-hmm.
yeah, most definitely, man. I agree with that, 100%.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I do want to maybe end with on this note, which is if you want to grab her attention, the relationship should be the last thing on your mind. Because a guy that, seeks for like commitment, needs clarity, like those are very unattractive traits. Just, focus about having fun and just hang out. Hello. Hello, how you doing? But yeah, is there anything else that you would like to add on to that, Justin? Anything
No,
else?
man, I'm pretty much
Hmm.
there without my thoughts. I mean, I
Yeah,
went a little bit off topic there
it's
talking
all
about
good.
slapping people, but I meant that from the heart. And don't slap your significant other. Like, don't do
Yeah,
that. That's messed up.
I never,
We're not
never,
saying
never. Yeah,
domestic violence. You know what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying when I say that. All right,
yeah.
but
Hmm.
yeah, some people don't.
Hmm.
Some people need to learn.
Yeah, yeah,
I do want to give a shout out to my boy Yakudo. Y'all know he's an artist. He made these stickers for me, my custom stickers. I'm on the short
oh, let me see.
online. Bam. So if you need something,
Nice.
you let
Yaku,
him know. Let
let
him
him
know
know.
he could like the dude could do almost anything
Yaku.
at this point. If he wasn't
Yeah.
my friend, I would hate him
Hmm.
for his artistic talent. But he's pretty much like a brother to me. So
Yeah.
so I appreciate
Yeah.
him,
His
being humble.
Instagram is
So thank you,
Arts
man.
of Yaku.
Yaku.
ARTOFYACU. If you guys are interested, go check him out.
Yeah, check him out, man. If you need
Yeah.
anything, logos, stickers,
Hmm.
t-shirt,
Hmm.
just a
Hmm.
portrait like this, his
Yeah.
talent is yeah. I never seen
Yeah.
anything like it. So give it a
Yeah.
shot.
Yeah.
Cool.
Well, thank you guys for tuning in. We do this every Tuesdays and Thursdays at 1 p.m. Pacific time, 4 p.m. Eastern time. And if you guys find this video content of value, you guys can show your appreciation by donating any amount that you feel is equal to the value of this video. If you have any questions, you got a little bump on the road, feel free to send any of us a direct message, 2 to 3 paragraphs, and we'll get back to you shortly. All right.
Yeah, well,
Until
definitely. I'll
next
take it
time.
easy. Thank you.
All right. Take care,
Peace.
guys. Peace.